My beloved child, there is a group of people who are searching for you and you need to hide immediately from them. I know you are thinking who these people are and why you need to hide. But my child, what I am going to reveal now will remove your doubts. Child, these people do not see as I see. They do not hear as I hear. They do not walk in light but in shadows. Their intentions are not pure, though their words may sound smooth and their faces may appear kind. They are messengers of confusion, of delay, of destruction, wrapped in garments that mimic goodness. They are wolves in sheep's clothing, guided not by love but by envy, greed, and fear. They carry with them scrolls of lies, plans of manipulation, and traps of deceit. They come in the name of progress, but their foundation is built on sand. They seek to harm, to hinder, and to uproot what I have planted in you. My child, from the very beginning I have known you. Before the earth's foundations were laid, I had already called you by name. I fashioned your soul with care, breathed into you purpose, and marked your destiny with light. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not wandering. You are being led. I have hidden treasures inside of you, gifts that even you do not fully understand yet. And that is what they are after. Not merely your body, not merely your presence, but your anointing, your voice, your vision, your calling. They sense the weight of my glory in your life. They may not understand it, but they fear it. Darkness always fears light because light exposes. And you, my child, you are a lamp I have lit in the midst of deep night. You are oil I have preserved through the crushing. You are a vessel I have kept unbroken even through storms and fire. And because of this, the enemy has stirred hearts against you. The enemy has whispered to men and women to monitor, to manipulate, to maneuver close to you, disguised as helpers, as friends, as harmless wanderers. But they do not carry my spirit, and they do not speak with my voice. I, my child, not in fear, but in wisdom, not with trembling, but in discernment. I do not call you to run away as one defeated, but to step back into the cliff of the rock, to dwell under the shadow of the Almighty until the tempest passes. I am your refuge. I am your covering. I am your fortress, and even as you hide, you are not forgotten. You are not alone. I am surrounding you with angels. I am placing watchers over you in the Spirit. You are under divine surveillance, not from them, but from me. There are things I must still develop within you, away from the noise, away from the counterfeit lights. There are things I am still protecting you from, even things you thought you were ready for. But I see the end from the beginning. I see the snares laid 2 steps ahead of your path. I see the conversation spoken in dark rooms. I see the intentions cloaked in politeness. And I say to you now, be still. Be wise. Move only. When I say move, speak only what I place in your mouth. Do not react from emotion, but respond from intimacy with me. Do not be afraid of the silence. I am in the silence. Do not be afraid of the hiding, for even my son hid when the time was not yet. There is a not yet over you. Do you hear me, child? There is a not yet over some of the things you long for. That delay is not denial. It is preparation, it is protection, it is precision. I am working behind the curtain in the depths of your spirit, refining the gold I placed in you. You are in my furnace, not to burn, but to be made bright. You may wonder why you have been misunderstood lately, why people who once walked with you now seem distant or cold. Do not take it personally. I have caused a separation. I have allowed a divine pruning. You cannot walk where I am taking you with everyone you started with. Some were for a season, not for the journey. Some carried seeds of jealousy that I would not allow to mature into sabotage. Some would have poisoned the well I've dug in you with their bitterness, so I removed them. I blocked the calls, I closed the doors, I disrupted the plans. That was me, child, not the enemy. I allow the enemy to reveal himself, but I always turn it for your good. Do not try to reopen what I have closed. Do not try to explain what I have silenced. This is not the time for debates. This is not the time for convincing. This is the time for intimacy, for sharpening, for dwelling in my secret place. Because soon, very soon, I will call you forth. And when I do, you will not come out the same. You will come out with fire in your eyes and my word in your mouth. You will speak and it will break chains. You will walk and atmospheres will shift. But first you must finish this season of hiding. Listen, child. My voice is your compass. Not the trends. Not the loudest voice. Not the majority. My voice. I am the shepherd. I do not abandon my sheep. I do not confuse them. I do not trick them. I lead with clarity and with truth, with love that cuts and heals at once. So when I say hide, it is for your wholeness. When I say wait, it is for your wisdom. When I say no, it is because a greater yes is still coming. You have grown weary lately, haven't you? You've cried when no one was watching. You've questioned my timing. You've wrestled with self-doubt, but I was there. Every tear I bottled, every sigh I interpreted, every anxious thought I met with grace. And even in your weakness, I never withdrew my hand. Even when your faith felt small, my presence remained large. I am not offended by your wrestling. I am not distant in your despair. I am closer than breath, and I am carrying you even now. Look around you. Do you not see the signs? The doors I closed, the people I removed, the strange delays. That is me. I am the master builder, removing every stone not laid by my spirit. I am the gardener, uprooting what the enemy tried to plant while you slept. I am the potter reshaping what was cracked by disappointment, and I am doing it all with purpose. You are my masterpiece still being painted, and masterpieces are never rushed. Child, guard your heart now. Guard it from bitterness, from haste, from cynicism. The enemy would love nothing more than to make you numb. But stay soft, stay pure, stay honest before me. Even in the hiding worship, even in the silence, trust, even in the uncertainty. Obey, because what I am doing in you is not just for you, it is for generations. You are a seed that will become a forest. You are a voice that will become a movement. You are a spark that will light up cities. But first, hide. Let me finish what I started. Let me shield you from premature exposure. Let me dress your wounds in secret so that you do not bleed on those you're called to heal. Let me whisper the next steps instead of shouting them through others. Let me be the one who affirms you so that applause will never control you. There is no shame in hiding when it is I who lead you into it. Elijah hid. David hid. Moses hid. Even my son Jesus hid until the fullness of time had come. And when the time came, the world could not ignore what had been prepared in secret. And my beloved child, I see the questions that have risen in your heart. I know you have often wondered why the journey of life requires so much discernment, so much wrestling between emotion and reason, between the cries of your heart and the quiet guidance of your mind. You've asked me, Lord, why must I think so deeply when I feel so strongly? Why can't I always just follow my heart and trust that it will lead me right? And now I speak to you as a father speaks to the child he loves gently, truthfully, and with everlasting patience. I created your heart. Yes, I formed its depths, its longings, its capacity for love, compassion, and mercy. But I also created your mind. I gave you the gift of thought, of reason, of logic, not to be ignored, but to be exercised in union with your faith. Both are from me, your emotions and your intellect. One was not meant to silence the other. I did not design your heart to rule alone, nor your mind to dominate in isolation. I designed them to work together, woven under the covering of my spirit and governed by my wisdom. There are times, my child, when your heart will burn with zeal, when your compassion will cry out to act, to move, to speak. And that zeal, that tenderness, it reflects my nature. But zeal without knowledge can be dangerous. Compassion without discernment can lead you into snares, and passion without wisdom becomes wildfire. I do not wish for you to be consumed by your own flame. That is why I gave you a mind formed in my image, able to reason, to assess, to recognize patterns, to discern motives, to understand consequences. You see, child, the heart feels, but the mind sees. And there are moments when what feels right is not always what is best. There are choices that will tug on your emotions wrapped in beauty, dripping with urgency. But they are traps in disguise. The enemy knows this. He will appeal to your feelings because feelings are powerful. He will whisper urgency into your spirit, confusion into your soul, all the while hoping you will move without thinking, without praying, without testing. But I have called you to be wise as serpents, yet innocent as doves. Wisdom is not suspicion. It is not cynicism. It is the ability to perceive beyond what is visible. It is the fruit of walking with me, of sitting with me, of allowing my truth to govern both your heart and your mind. I did not give you a spirit of fear, but I did give you the spirit of wisdom, of power, and of a sound mind. That mind is not a burden. It is a blessing. It is a defense. It is a light that shines in places where emotions become cloudy. You have been in situations before where your heart told you one thing and later you realized it led you into pain. You trusted blindly. You gave freely. You opened your gates without question. And afterward, when wounds came, when betrayal struck, you asked me why I didn't warn you. But child, I did. I whispered hesitation into your mind. I stirred a pause in your spirit. I allowed red flags to rise before your eyes. But your heart in its hunger to love and be loved sometimes overrode the stillness I tried to bring. And now I'm teaching you to honor the wisdom I placed within you, not worldly wisdom, not skepticism dressed as maturity, but divine wisdom birthed in fellowship with me. You must understand this. I do not call you to blind trust, but to anchored faith. Faith is not the absence of thinking. Faith is not recklessness wrapped in spiritual language. Faith is believing me even when the road is unclear, but it is also listening for my guidance and using what I have already taught you. I do not glorify ignorance. I glorify obedience. And obedience sometimes looks like asking hard questions, seeking counsel, thinking deeply, waiting patiently. Child, even my son, when he walked among you, did not make decisions only from his heart. He walked in perfect unity with me. He observed. He listened. He withdrew to quiet places to discern. He did not entrust himself to everyone, though he loved all. He did not speak in every moment, though he carried truth. He did not rush into every situation, though he had power to transform. Why? Because he walked in wisdom. He modeled what it means to be led by the Spirit, informed by truth and governed by love, not impulse. You must learn to do the same. For I am raising you into maturity. I am teaching you not only how to feel, but how to judge rightly, but to weigh actions, to discern spirits, to understand timing. There is protection in wisdom. There is safety in counsel. There is peace in clarity. Sometimes the enemy will disguise a snare as a need. He will send people who cry for help, but whose true motive is to drain you. He will stir urgency in a moment that requires stillness. He will push you toward the appearance of good while concealing a route of manipulation. And if you follow your heart alone, you may step into things I never sent you to carry. This is not a call to withdraw your love. It is a call to love with discernment. To love from a well that is guarded, not one that is open to contamination. I have called you to pour out, but not to be emptied by every passing voice. I have called you to be kind, but not naive. I have called you to walk in the Spirit, not to be tossed by every emotional wind. Your brainchild is not your enemy. It is a gate I gave you, a processor, a vessel for divine thought. When you surrender your thinking to me, when you let my word renew your mind, it becomes a fortress, a lighthouse, a compass. Your decisions become clearer. Your relationships become healthier. Your purpose becomes more focused. I know you have been taught to follow your heart, to trust your feelings, to let passion lead. But I say to you now, let my Spirit lead. And my Spirit speaks through both heart and mind, through emotion and intellect, through fire and stillness. Do not elevate one at the expense of the other. When you feel something strongly, ask me, is this from you? When you think something clearly, ask me, does this align with your word? When others speak into your life, ask me, is this your voice through them? I am not offended by your questions. I welcome them. I delight when you seek me. I rejoice when you bring your mind before me like an offering. That is what true surrender looks like. Not just lifting your hands, but laying down your logic to be reshaped by truth. This is how you grow in discernment. This is how you avoid snares. This is how you learn to distinguish between what is good and what is best, between what is urgent and what is eternal, between what is exciting and what is divine. You see, a child, the enemy hopes you will remain reactive. He fears a believer who thinks with me, not just feels for me. He fears a disciple who can recognize his tactics before they take root. He fears a soul who does not jump at every offer, who waits for my yes even when the world screams, move. You are in a season where I am sharpening your mind. I am testing the foundation of your decisions. I am showing you how to filter opportunities through wisdom. I am walking with you through this transformation not because you failed, but because I am preparing you for more. There is a kind of peace I am bringing that is not rooted in how you feel, but in what you know. The knowledge of my presence, the assurance of my promises, the wisdom of my voice. And when you walk in this kind of peace, you will not be shaken by confusion. You will not panic when circumstances shift. You will not chase every open door. You will walk with purpose, with stillness, with strength. Your heart is precious. Child, guard it, but do not let it lead without your mind. Your feelings are real, but they are not always true. That is why you must anchor both your heart and mind in my word. Let it shape your desires. Let it test your motives. Let it renew your thoughts. Then and only then will you be truly protected, not only from harm, but from deception. This is how you remain in me, by living in truth, thinking with truth, loving through truth. And remember, wisdom is not only for great decisions, it is for daily life, for how you speak, for what you consume, for where you go, for whom you allow close, for what you prioritize. I am invested in every detail of your life, and I long to walk with you in every part of it, not just in the sacred, but in the simple, not just in worship, but in conversation, not just in prayer, but in planning. Ask me for wisdom, child. I give it freely. I do not withhold from those who ask in faith. I am not a God of confusion. I am not a God of chaos. I am a God of clarity. Let your heart burn for me, but let your mind be anchored in me. Let your passion arise, but let your thinking be renewed daily. Let your emotions cry out, but let your spirit listen for my still voice. This balance is how you walk unharmed through enemy territory. This is how you remain protected, not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally. This is how you thrive. Do not fear what you do not yet understand. Ask, seek, knock. I will teach you. I will guide you. I will not leave you to figure it out alone. I am your shepherd, your counselor, your defender. You are not foolish. You are learning. You are not lost. You are being shaped. You are not weak. Support the Christian community and help us spread God's love and word to more hearts. Consider donating $25 through Super Thanks to make a difference today. Your support matters. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment to help us reach more people with the message of faith and hope. Together we can build a stronger, united community in Christ. Type Amen if you believe in God.